or J-O. J-O.
You can call me Jimmy.
Jimmy. All right, well, Jimmy O. Jimmy O.
Jimmy O, yeah.
There it is.
Sam, dude, you are killing it in the genre world lately, man.
Thank you very much. I love genre. I really.
Well, you did. Look, I've seen you in the past month. I've seen you in Werewolves Within. I'm now seeing you in this. This is a pretty marvelous movie right here. You've got Tomorrow War. How did you get involved? Well, this is such a great role for you.
It really is fun. I got sent the script because I think Chris Pratt and McKay, both the director of the movie, and Chris Pratt, star of the movie, if you've ever heard of him. They like my work and other things, so they sent me the script, and I read it, and I was like, oh, this is a really fun concept. I really love the idea of doing a movie like this because, and I just love, like I said, I love genre and I love sci-fi action movies. So the idea of getting to be a part of one, I was all for it. You know?
Well, what's interesting to me is Chris comes from a very, he does these Lego movies, which you'd think, well, it's a Lego movie. That's not going to be that. And they end up being great, emotional, action-packed movies. Now he's taking that to the big screen, live action. What was it like working with him on this kind of massive scale?
Well, I think working in animation kind of gave Chris a I think it helps him. It helped him in this because it kind of gives him the macro view for these sort of things. I love all animation because of the, be it Pixar or, Lego movies or anime, because of there's no limitation on the imagination. Like whatever you can think of, and like what I love in anime is how, things happen like in an instant. So like somebody's punching and they can like say a whole phrase before they do it and before the punch hits. And like, that's great because you can't translate that, right?
No.
But, so having Chris come from that world of Lego where it's like these 3D things, these like physical creatures, like having that world, I think having him translate that into the real world, I think is a perfect blend. I think it helped him kind of take a macro view on what we're doing. He was never overwhelmed by the idea of something, So like these large scales, like knowing that like a plane's gonna come and drop bombs. It's like, yeah, then the plane's gonna come and drop bombs, and we got that, and then and you guys are gonna be running this way. You know what I mean? I think he had an eye for it. I think he was like well prepared.
Well, I also have to add, watching Chris, he had a kind of a big deal with one co-star involved in this film. We won't talk about that, but. What was it like working with him? Because you guys have a really lovely connection here. It's awesome to watch.
It was really great because I feel we really became friends in the shooting of this movie. He's so funny and he's like a dynamic, truly an action star. Truly like a legit, like of our day, like the Schwarzeneggers and the Stallones and the Jean-Claude Van Dammes. That's what we got, Chris Pratt's, Will Smith's. I think it was really cool to like get to work alongside him, but then him being such a cool, personable person to not feel any sort of okay, let me give him his lane. That we were working together for sure, and we were having fun together. We were laughing and playing off of each other, doing jokes in the scenes, out of the scenes, before the scenes, all that. So it was really cool.
Well, I mean, speaking of action, so you're kind of becoming that. Had you ever crossed your mind in your career? Yeah, I'm going to be like an action star and stuff.
I'll tell you what, I'd always like wanted to in the back of my head, but I didn't think it was like really a possibility, But like now I'm like, well, people can do that. I have a love for this sort of thing. I grew up like doing martial arts and stuff, so I can like kick pretty high and all those sort of things.
Hey, I always look at John McClane. That was everyday guy, and even Chris Pratt.
Exactly, because I feel that that's something that I love. that's an idea that I love. It's like the everyday guy in extraordinary circumstances, right? Which is part of what I loved about the pitch of this movie. Is like, oh, this regular people having to go fight this war in the future. So that's what was part of what appealed to me. So getting to do this was exciting to me.
Well, dude, you kick ass. We got to wrap it up. But pleasure talking to you, man.
Absolute pleasure, James.